Hello, everybody. Welcome back here to the going on the third hour now of today's Burning Ground game. So, welcome. Yeah, so the owlbear's loose and it's attacking the horses as it's trying to get out, because they're kind of in the way. So the 478th gets up. You guys all get up.
Yep, we swords drawn. Is there some role I can make that this is such a dazzling and confident spectacle that there are some who are like, hell yeah, this is what I'm here for?
What do you mean when you say that? I don't think I'm following.
Like we hear that the owlbear is out, and immediately we leap to action, and I say, let's go kill an owlbear. Like, I know the 478 is coming, but is there a role I can make that this is so cool, basically, that someone's like, yeah, fuck, I want to do
like
that.
you want to like inspire some, like who's joining me?
Yeah, like
Yeah. Who wants their share in glory or something like that?
Yeah, who wants their
I
share?
I get what you're saying. Yeah, who wants to live forever?
Who wants to live?
It sounds like you could do that a bunch of different ways, right? Like,
yeah, there's so many different ways of that. You're trying to command. Yeah, I was gonna say command. I think command would be the best one.
It can
suddenly transforms
because it's less
Clancy
oratory.
Brown.
Yeah.
What am I transforming into?
Clancy Brown.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you're saying a speech to lead before you're leading them into battle, it'd be oratory. But if you're just like to arms, man,
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to.
It's more that.
That's what I was thinking too.
I would like to fork in some things.
Okay, to this command roll.
Yeah. I would. Can I fork the ephemeral concept of having beaten their stag lord and therefore I'm better than him?
Like an advantage.
Yeah. Like.
As long as you say that. As long as you say it.
I'm not going to. No, I just want that to. I'm not going to say a bunch of things. I'm just saying who wants to kill an owlbear and then leaving. Like, I want the fact that they all know that I'm better than their stag lord to be inspiring.
Not unless it's I don't know. I'm torn. No, you know what? No, my gut says no.
All right.
These guys don't want to fight, man.
All right, that's fine. That is fine.
This is us proving ourselves.
Yeah, to an extent, I guess.
I have another faith roll idea. I have a way to make this fight way easier.
I mean, is there anything else that can be forked if I'm not saying more? Is there anything else that just through the act of my confidence and striding down the you
tell me, what are you trying to fork?
I'm trying to fork Gorm-wise, like going with Gormites is everyone would follow a Gormite into battle. No, nothing. No, okay, it's fine. All right. Well, then that's that then. What is my ob?
For a command, I think for this, I think it actually might be the same as oratory.
Yeah, it should be this.
I think it's about. I think it's 3.
Okie doke.
Oh,
No
yeah.
6s.
Oh, the obstacle is the amount of hesitation. So it should be a little higher, but that's fine.
No 6s. And only 1 success, so nobody comes with except for the 478.
Yep, nobody cares.
That's fine.
I'm coming.
I'm with him.
I mean-
This seems like a horrible, just a bad idea. I'm there.
I've got
an axe.
we've
I
got
invoke
horses.
my instincts.
I charge down the hallway. The 478 charges down the hallway. Mason and Demetrius and Zydomir try and keep up. We burst into the courtyard to see what is happening.
Yeah. So the horses are like trying to like. I think maybe like even like one of them breaks themselves free from like the tethering or whatever, but like the horses are basically trying to get away from the owlbear as best they can. They're not trying to fight it or anything, and the owlbear is actually trying to like not kill them per se. It's just trying to like get away. So it's like goes up to the palisade or whatever and like scratches it and like turns around and gets angry.
Are there any?
Like,
are
and
there
the
any?
horse, it's like
people-
and like the horses are like as far away as possible from this thing as it's trying to get over there.
Are there any? Are there any people manning the palisade, or did just everybody go into the mess?
No, they're gone. They're missing.
Oh fuck. Okay.
They got eaten.
I would like to calm down the owlbear.
Tell me more.
Good. I would like to try and calm down the owlbear as I see this creature now outside of its cage, realizing that this is actually much more majestic, although weird of a creature than I thought. And Mason reaches into their reservoir of Arcana, and I would like to try and calm the owlbear down by speaking to its more wise instincts, which means I want to speak to the owl part of it using magic. Employing the less savage half of it and driving it to and pacifying it.
Will you take my blessing in this endeavor before you do it?
No, don't, please.
I would love to.
Oh,
Excellent. So when I maybe like see like a glint in Mason's eye, and I say, I put my hand on their shoulder, and say, "May you be blessed, my son, in your use of."
So, guys, this is like midday, but the sky is like pitch black, like of clouds, right? There's lightning and there's rain and wind. It's like literally like you're in the middle of a hurricane, and you're just gonna go out there, but it's like freezing rain. Like it's not like. So, like, you, like, see your breath as, like, things are going down and just rain splattering everywhere. And, you're going to this creature, like, it's just, like, muddy with each step, I guess, like, with your, like, hand out or whatever.
Yeah.
Getting ready to try to calm this thing.
My my hand is on his shoulder. I say, be blessed, my son, for you are the defender on the wall. Your power is what holds back the darkness.
All right, Mason. All right, well, try to heal him, and then let's see if Mason gets eaten.
First, I will try to not fail at faith again. So, I'm 3. Have no persona to throw at this. All right, let's give it a try. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah!
Oh, just got it. All right.
Finally.
All right.
I'll
Awesome.
still spend a fate, even though I don't need to, but yeah. You get a +1 to your sorcery.
Cool, thank you. All right, so Mason, they do what they did when they were initially asked to display this their sorcery in the fort, right? Their head goes starts bobbing a bit. They start speaking in babble. They surrender themselves to the flow of the truth of the world, and as they do so, they draw on the things they know to be true, right? They earlier I established something about the way the stars were positioned, and I draw on the same knowledge of having recently observed the movement of the celestial bodies to fuel my casting. I draw on my decision to calm the wise part of the owl instead of the savage part of the owl as a fork for symbolism in what I am trying to invoke with my magic. And I would like to invoke secrets wise too, because that is my idiom. Do I have anything else I can use? Let's see.
Give me. You have to give me something for secrets wise. I think you're right there, but maybe elaborate that in the role playing of what you're saying when you're putting your hand out. You know what I mean? And then I'll give it to you.
Ah, Mr. Mason, how excellent for you to join me here in my GMing dungeon.
Cool.
I expect you to die. I'm making a joke about him petting a cat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to speak
it's
about
an owlbear with a laser beam on its head.
I'm going to speak part of the incantation, and in doing so, at least what the incantation translates to, and I'm going to see if I can drive any forks from that. So what they do is they speak this babble again. We get the subtitles of the babble, being in times long past, the great master Halochan raised from the ground 3 black pillars. In the center, he drew the power of the world and pulled it together. With the power, he forged many a beast, many a monster, many a spell, lore lost to time. In that, he combined beasts most savage and wise. One of the creations that stepped from his masterpieces were you, creature forgotten, whose origins lie forgotten. Please return to your origin. separate your bestial nature and fall under the sway of the truth of the world.
Fuck yeah, dude.
There you go.
All right, you're saying this, and yeah, it's like, remember, like your hands out, like we just see like the rain like just pouring down. You see your breath, and you see the monster just going like, you know, like it like roars at you while you're saying this, right? And like lightning flashes. It's like super dramatic.
Cool. I would like to use that as my jumping point for secrets. I would also like to, because I think I set myself up for it, employ Great Master's Wise for that one.
Yeah. Wise Master.
All right, so you have as many dice as conceivably possible.
I really I don't want to explode you. So
Yeah.
And how do the obstacle is its will?
The obstacle for a bird, I'm speaking to the owl part of it.
Yeah.
Which it's I'm setting the obstacle for bird, is up 5.
Oh
Okay.
my god. Oh no.
I'm looking at a modifier of 3. I'm looking at a modifier of 5 actually because of what the help I got.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I would like to spend a persona.
For an extra die?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? I'd go all out.
Also, there should be some sort of inexplicable effect based on the miracle, so maybe that will do
Maybe
something.
I am suffused by the holy light of Abadar, the keeper of the vault.
Yeah, maybe you're just like under your feet as you're like speaking the words, just like a glowing key just like appears on the ground beneath you.
That is so cool. I'm a big fan of that. Eric, do you have anything you would like to add to this? Like maybe complications or something like that that I should be aware of before I roll?
No, but I mean, the obvious like the immediate consequence would be the creature will lunge at you,
Of course.
which would result in you doing a versus test to dodge it. But
And the failed sorcery.
and then in addition, the failed sorcery.
I think I will. I mean, this is a rampaging monster, and I don't feel like I can take a long time casting. So I will not push myself for 3 times casting with careful, but I will risk a double length casting instead.
Okay.
I'll take another die for that. So I'm looking at a modifier of 6 instead, and one Arthur and another 5, and we're doomed. We're doomed.
Oh my God! Is there a fate?
There is 1 6.
There's a 1 6 in the
It's already
11
been
dice.
rerolled.
There's a 1 6 in that fucking 11 dice pool, man.
So it's already been rerolled, so he can spend a fate to reroll a traitor.
I'm gonna spend a fate to reroll a traitor. See what happens.
Okay. Yes. Oh my God! You just get it.
Just barely.
That was scary.
So
Ooh.
it's like right in front of your hand, right? Like it's like mouth and stuff is like right there, and it's like roaring like right in front of you, and like you say like the last syllables, and it you know does like that sort of like clawing into the ground or whatever, and makes that sort of like it's like a lethargic kind of cry as it like calms down and goes. As it's abated.
I have like both my hands extended to it.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
As it like slowly like calms down, I like lower my hands, and I imagine like the creature slowly sagging in like corresponding to the movement of my hands, like just.
Yeah, and it's bowing down, right? It's I forget the word for kneeling, but yeah.
Protestate.
Prostrating. Yeah, prostrating. Fuck.
Yeah, prostating. So tell me, Mason.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a little
does he
weird.
have prostate cancer.
Yeah,
does
it's
he
prostrating.
enlarge
It's prostrating itself in front of you as you put your hands down, right? Like it's.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I continue to speak to it, and like when my words to the listeners are complete garble, right? It's like a sound of a many-voiced whisper.
Yeah.
Like it's the stock Hollywood sound effect of whenever winds are supposed to sound creepy. That is what is coming out of
yeah,
this.
right? Yeah.
But it's
Spoilers, you know how to do that sound. This is actually a cool little fun fact. To do that, you actually duplicate what you're saying, but then you make it in audio stuff go backwards. You make yourself sound backwards, and you add a bunch of reverb to it and a delay, and that makes you talk like a ghost.
That's very cool.
Anyways,
I did not know that.
There you go. Little fun fact, everybody.
Another piece of fun fact. Do you know why it's called Walla when there's a lot of background noise in a scene?
No.
That is because the go-to phrase for like people in the background being like say something. They're saying Walla 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 Walla.
Oh.
Or in the British case, rhubarb. Rhubarb, 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 rhubarb.
Rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb.
That's good to know.
It's trivia.
Oh, rhubarb.
However, as the creature
holy
calms
shit,
down and
dude.
prostrates itself.
Yeah, like holy shit.
Yeah, I think Mason speaks to it in this whisper.
Like you would have died. Like if that failed, like you would have been dead basically.
Totally, but hey, that's what it's all about, being an arrogant risk taker.
Yeah,
who have an instinct about accepting challenges. So there we are.
Mason, you're going to have to speak to me in non-babble and tell me. You're going to have to communicate to me here.
So imagine, if you will, that you're watching the back of Mason, and they're doing this stuff with their hands. There was just a flash of eldritch light and a glowing key on the ground. And now as they're moving their hands to be calm, beast, and saying something in babble, one of the hands just pulls backwards and is shh, please be quiet and wait for a moment, hand.
Yeah, you got the, exactly. That scene from Jurassic World with Chris Pratt, the Velociraptors, he's got his, his hand,
The thing is, if Mason doesn't communicate to me, the 478 is slowly encircling the owlbear. If he doesn't tell me, this is under control and everything's going to be fine forever.
You're gonna strike at it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And that is exactly what I intend to find out. So I mean to speak to this owlbear now that I've placated it a bit, and I will say to the owlbear in my magic voice, say, I am Mason, one of the great wielders of the truth of the world. What are you called, creature? And I understand what it speaks to me in the voice of its owl aspect.
You do?
Yeah, because I'm invoking low speech, which is the spell I'm using.
So I think it says, does it have to answer you in your question? Okay, cool.
No.
Yeah, and it's I'm
simply speaking to it.
Yeah. So it's how dare you speak to how dare you you man talk to me in the language of of your superiors, right? Of magic. Of the world, right? Of the world between worlds.
I speak the true tongue, not as a wielder, not as a holder of chains, but as one who is swept along the flow, like the leaves or the beasts. I speak it as one who wishes to learn and exist. You are in danger, great beast, of wise and marvelous creation and origin. The people around here will harm you, and they will kill you, and they will put you in the dirt. Unless you act as I instruct you now, and you may walk free in the wilds.
That it just commands, let me go.
So shall it be.
Let me go, or I will, with my dying breath, eat your throat.
So shall it be, great creature.
But he needs to wait for us to get to the palisade controls, so that
exactly.
Need to...
Exactly. But you will comply, for I speak with the voice of the world. Do not think me a morsel.
Now, is this a roll now to command it to do this?
I will allow you to decide that. I'm basically just trying to buy some time and saying to it to calm its shit, so I can tell Onan and his men, get the door open right now, and then it can walk free. If you want to check for that, then that's fine.
No, I think the interesting thing would be if this succeeds or fails would be based on Onan's check, actually. So that's a good idea if this was Torchbearer or something. I think that's yes, and now let's see, Because the interesting part is like you sneaking around and getting this door open. Because the possible consequences of failure here is that
the thing is,
the thing gets
Mason has
spooked
to
as you're
tell me.
doing this.
Yeah.
Mason has to tell me that. Mason
And I
has
will.
to say,
So
go
as
open the
I
door.
speak the words to placate the owlbear, you see like my eyes come back into focus, and the ethereal whisper that's on the wind, it ceases for a moment, and I look to you and I just say like, no nonsense. I look you dead in the eye. I say, open the portcullis gate.
All right, so I move for the portcullis gate. I do it hesitantly and like slowly, so as not to startle and break whatever's happening here.
Yeah.
But I move for the controls for the portcullis.
Okay. It's like one of those long, gear turning kind of thing. Yeah, yeah.
I would like to get out of the way of between the owlbear and the door and hide behind Sir Zidomir. Like any good cleric should. I hide behind the tank.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Since this is a crank up portcullis, if I let it go, does it fall immediately?
Probably. Yeah.
Ooh.
Just a question. It's just a question. It's
Yeah.
just a
You're
question.
gonna rancor pit this owlbear?
So yeah, I move the thing and start doing it. What you said that you wanted this to be some kind of check?
Yeah, I think this is it's not hauling now, but it's probably
Speed.
Speed to get up there and open it in time before its patience runs dry?
Power?
Yeah, I think
Speed or power?
speed makes yeah, speed or I don't know. I would leave it to you, speed or power. Kind of like, are you doing it quickly or are you doing it like mightily?
Well, luckily,
Yeah.
both
Is
of my stats are identical, so it does not actually matter.
Matters fictionally how you're doing
Which
it.
would you prefer the advance to?
Yeah.
My speed's already sufficient, so I'm going to use power. I would like to. Can I fork on base? No, I can't. Okay.
Can spend persona.
All right. So what's my ob then?
To lift this thing up, it's gonna be an ob against its will.
It's a door.
The doors will?
Yeah, but this is more. It's kind of like it's not necessarily. I'm sorry. It's not. You're doing this to a door, but it's more about the circumstances with the owlbear, right? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I was rolling against the door's strength or whatever.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
That's what I thought
Right.
you were saying. I was
No. You're the point of failure here. The point of contention is the owlbear's patience, not the
Is
not
he
that you
faster
can do
than
this.
the
Yeah,
owlbear is
exactly.
patient?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
right. Can you do this? Yeah, exactly. In a way that's faster than the owlbear's patience. Therefore, it's against the owlbear's will.
Okay. Well, then, is there anything that is the fact that he's being calmed? Does that lower the difficulty of that in any way? Because I feel like the owlbear's will is going to be like 9. and
No,
my
it's
base
3.
attributes are okay. Well, my base attribute's only 5, so that's still pretty iffy. All right.
People are helping you, right?
Are they?
Aren't they?
I thought I was just told that I couldn't get any assistance on.
Well, I don't think everybody can't help. There's not enough people to like. You all can't dogpile this,
No, but Mason is helping me, surely.
yeah, there's probably enough space for I would say Mason's helping you because you're like trying to keep the thing focused and like calm down.
Yeah, I mean, I
Right.
think this is a linked test, like between him speaking to the owlbear. I think that's fair.
Anyway,
I don't think it's not a link test. It's just him helping.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I will re-roll that 6.
Yeah, reroll that 6, buddy.
Nope.
Not enough.
Okay.
All right.
So what happens, buddy?
So, like, you start, like, raising the portcullis, and, I think it, like, starts, like, backing up towards it,
Okay.
and, oh, yeah, you know what it is? It's not your fault, dude. The fucking portcullis chain breaks as it, like, crashes down.
Oh,
That's so good.
the second it happens,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
second it
and in a
happens-
way, like, it's getting close there, and it looks like it's an attack, like it would have killed it, right? Like, or like an
Oh.
attack at it, and it's like liars, like in its
no.
language.
Eric, the second that happens, I
Yeah.
pop the cork on my troll skin potion and down it.
Yeah.
Smash on the ground. Because fucking I engage the owlbear immediately. Like, as soon as I see the change in temperament.
As
Mason,
Onan-
what do you do? Sorry, I did totally just stole your. I'm so sorry, Sam, but I want to. I want to know what.
That's fair. Go for it.
Yeah, this is bad.
So
Like the
creature's
chain links
is-
breaks and it crashes down. Right.
Cool.
It's still
I have,
raining.
I have a moment of hesitation. I'm trying to present myself as like big and strong and not a meal. And as the portcullis comes crashing down, I have that moment of like startled shock, like shit. And as it turns around and it's like, liars, I'm gonna continue doing what I have been doing. I'm going to like try and make it like, no, you chill your shit. Don't you dare. I speak with the voice of the world. You don't know me. I could do anything.
You don't know me.
Um.
I am a strong, independent sorcerer who don't need no owlbear.
Yeah. That is what I'm doing. But in my heart of hearts, I'm also like very worried that this is a bestial creature in its nature, right? So
Yeah. Are you trying to persuade it?
I guess so. Yeah. Either that or like I'm actually not. I'm just saying nothing to it. Is it soothing platitudes or persuasion? I'll leave that to you.
No, soothing platitude actually makes a lot of sense here. It's very apt. Yeah. You're
Yeah. I'm speaking to its like wiser
even-
nature.
I mean, also, I could see intimidate being a thing as well.
Yeah. I guess that would depend on
if
how
you're like,
you-
no, you listen to me. You know what I mean? It's very much how you want to play
magically,
this.
You never know what I can do next.
Yeah, you don't know, like because you don't know me is more. I think is more of like an affront, being like you should be afraid of me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Does that make sense? So it might be actually be intimidate.
I think that this owlbear may think that you're a conjurer of cheap tricks.
Oh damn!
Not take me for a conjurer.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. So I will take that. I'm gonna speak to it. I'm gonna say like don't you start anything. I speak with the voice of the world. You do not dare take a step towards me. You will do as I instructed, and you will remain calm till you can walk free, lest I unleash upon you the might that has been bestowed on me by one of the great masters. Dare you not speak in my presence? Do you not roar? Don't you stand on your hind legs in my presence?
Yeah. Try it.
Yeah.
Try it.
This is strictly speaking Mason trying to fork, but it doesn't matter because I can't, because I haven't got I don't have this trained.
Because you don't have.
So let's
intimidate.
do it.
Yeah.
Let's just roll and intimidate.
Oh, yeah.
Unless I can argue advantage.
For
No.
what?
Yeah, no, not you can't argue advantage intimidating an owlbear.
Come on. I mean, no, I can't. Good.
Yeah,
Modify.
no. I accept that you can't. That's good. It's good.
All right. And it's up. It has a roll of 3, right?
Yes.
Good. So we're looking at up 6. Boom.
Easy.
Easy. Peasy.
I should have asked what
Not
the
a-
failure.
yeah,
but
not
I
a-
guess I already know.
Yeah. So I guess while you're downing the potion, so this is going to be happening concurrently. So there might be some multiple versus checks here going on. Just seeing if Onan can step in before it goes after you, Mason.
I have one last trick at my sleeve as it
Yeah.
charges Mason too.
Okay.
All right. So, shall I say what I'm doing, and then
Yeah, because I want my thing to be last because
Okay.
I'm gonna not succeed knowing my
Yeah.
history.
Because I think what then let me say my piece first, and then you guys can step
Okay.
in, okay?
Okay.
And it's like, you listen to me, man flesh. There is one master of this land, and I serve it, and it's
Speak his
and
name.
it's
Speak
coming,
its name.
and
I-
it's it comes at you, and it roars and kind of like charges you like a bull, like full speed.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm doing. I'm sharp whistling for my horse, and my horse is gonna run because my horse is well trained in a war horse, and I'm not getting on it though. I'm just leaping off of it to go for the owlbear's neck. And I'm going to
So, what are you using the horse for? I don't understand what you're using the horse for.
He's jumping off the horse so that he can like super.
so I can get to the nape of the neck of the owlbear, basically the weak point of any giant.
So you're gonna
monster.
like ride your horse, like surf your horse to jump off of it?
Literally just my horse runs past me, so I can leap onto the horse and then leap onto the leap towards the owlbear.
Now I have to fucking break that down into a roll?
Doing some cool sorrow shit here.
Yeah, I mean, I love it, but I don't know how to even decompress that into...
I mean, my warhorse, he has, like, the trait well-trained and stuff. Like, the warhorse has a bunch of traits that...
Yeah, no, I don't think it's the horse has to do any rolling. It would be you.
Yeah, no, I need to do...
I don't think there's, like, acrobatics.
Riding?
Yeah, I think it's just riding. I think it's a riding check to do that.
Riding.
It's a link test. Yeah, it's a riding test, which will
riding.
give you then an advantage against this versus test against this thing.
Yeah, riding.
Yeah,
I mean,
Riding
like,
as a link test to you attacking it.
right. Right. So, I would like to fork tactics for the riding thing, because this is all about a big play that I'm making here.
Yeah, this is tactics.
Showmanship. I like showmanship. I don't know.
boy, this is... Oh my god. All right, let me look
So
at
the thing
riding. Let me look at riding obstacles because I have no idea what this would even be.
To leap off a horse.
See riding and mounted combat chapter for obstacles. Thanks, riding.
Thanks,
so
Riding.
when I said that I would let you go first, I thought that you had a less ridiculous idea than mine.
What did you think I was gonna do?
Not jump off your horse.
Clearly not Mask of Zorro, this.
No, this is not what I expected. I'll say that.
Yo, do you know what page mounted combat's on?
Armor?
I don't. And also, mounted combat is dense as a chapter.
You're definitely wearing armor.
Yep.
Because I think that might not make this easier.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
and it's also pouring down rain and windy, so
That
that's
sounds
also a
like,
significant
obstacles.
factor.
I think it's probably a +1. I'll look up the armor thing while you look up what you're trying to look up there.
Just trying to find the
Do
mounted
you have a
combat.
shield too?
Let's see. Mounted combat 533.
Why is the shield relevant?
Here we
I
go.
don't think it is actually.
The shield helps if I get attacked by something.
Yeah,
What
if
kind
you-
of
if
armor
you-
you got going on here?
If you have a shield, you can use the all-important block and strike maneuver.
Do you know what armor you have?
5. So it's it's at least a 5. I think with the 2 extra factors, you're probably looking around a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, no, riding does not have an extra ob for armor, so...
To urge your
Yeah.
mounted to combat, you must pass a riding test. The obstacle is a riding horse. Warhorse is 1. So to do this whole thing is probably 3.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, warhorse really is helpful. Yeah, I would like to. Can I fork tactics like I wanted to? Can I fork?
I still think tactics is dubious.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm feeling the tactics.
All right, that's fine. Can I fork?
I
or
give
can
you a die though for the fact that your horse has a saddle and riding gear
Okay.
to grab
Can
onto.
Can I get another die for the fact that the owlbear is like? No, I guess this is just me doing the jump, right? Like then it's gonna turn
yeah.
into attacking the owlbear.
It's just you, yeah.
Okay. That's fair enough. How much persona do I have? Oh yeah, I'll toss one at this.
For an extra die.
Yeah, actually, I'll toss 2 at it. I got 8 persona. I'm swimming
Okay.
in persona.
The obstacle's 3.
All right, base ob 3. Got there.
Got it.
Gonna roll
nice.
fate because why not?
While this is happening, I want to start a lengthy prayer so that later I can say that I took my time and get some extra dice.
Okay. So
All right,
then.
now my attack on this thing.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay.
It's
So
obviously swordsmanship. I'd like to fork riding. I'd like to fork tactics.
this thing. Yeah. So this thing's like closing in on Mason. It's rearing up to get ready to slice at you, and then like from the side, jumps off. Ronan. It's going. All right, and now, how do we determine? This would just be a. Is this a bloody versus test? I think this is probably just a bloody versus test, real quick.
Yeah, we can do it that way.
I mean, is it like? Do I get surprised? Do I have?
No, you get an advantage.
Wait. Okay.
I'll give you an advantage die on this. The easy bloody versus. I'm trying to think if you're fighting its power against. You're probably just fighting its power to attack this thing. Yeah, I'll say that. You're going against its power.
All right. Do I get an advantage for it being encircled by the 478 at all?
No.
Okay.
Because right now this is just you acting alone.
Right. I'm mentioning all possible
Got it.
circumstances.
Got it.
This thing has the not to be fucked with move. It counts as a small game.
Okay, gotcha. So then, what is my? Well, first I'm going to spend 3 Artha on this.
Mm-hmm.
Second, what is my ob?
It's gonna be a versus test.
Oh, okay. So we just roll simultaneously.
Yep. And it's attacking with, I guess, power, huh? Oh, okay, so extra successes do more damage. All right. That's pretty cool. What the fuck's a skill savage attack? Okay.
I guess it attacks savagely. Just gonna go out on a limb and say that that's what savage attack is.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna use I guess, right? And that's about it. Okay. It doesn't have any other skill that could really help it, but okay.
But it
do
probably
it.
does a lot of damage if it hits you.
So do we Demetrius and Mason throw in their lot with Onan now, so we resolve the bloody versus test in one go, or do we segment it into this is what Onan is doing, this is what Mason is doing, this is what Demetrius is doing?
I'd like just your assist dice here. I think it would be a good decision.
No, I think we should lump it all together.
Okay.
Well,
So
then I think I could help more by open-ending his sword skill.
All right. Well, that means I have to go back. How do I click on it so that it's open-ended?
You can just close the window you're rolling and then mark.
Clip open-ended. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, first you have to succeed.
Let me roll this guy real quick. So I will say a prayer, and I will say a less orthodox prayer this time. I think he'll just say, "Oh Lord Abadar, let him not kill himself." Because this does not look like very. This doesn't look great. Hey,
Fucking goat there.
Finally, got it. Okay, so it's open-ended.
Very cool. Mason's addition to this fight will be to again, for a moment they're like, there's this slight second of hesitation where they're like, I'm not supposed to be using magic all this much. This is dangerous. People could get hurt. And then I realized there's an owlbear charging me. So I'm perfectly satisfied not getting hurt. And I speak an incantation, and I keep it with the coup de magie, which is like a rule for basically keeping a spell in the palm of my hand until I'm ready to release it. And as Onan, just as he's about to leap onto this creature, I let loose with a sheath of flame in front of this creature, startling it back up to its hind.
So I can get the nape of the neck.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's hope that this doesn't fail, because otherwise this will change everything really quick. Or it might not. We might roll on that, I think. Oh, did you tax for that Ob 5, by the way?
I did not, and I totally should.
Because you might have passed out. You might not even be...
That is very true. We should resolve that immediately. That is just me failing to use the system correctly.
Yeah,
It's fine.
let's do your sorcery thing first to see what that happens with that. As
Very
you
well.
put out your pyrotechnical trick.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't get to do his sorcery check if he passed out before.
if he gets 0 success...
Oh yeah, the
on a 9-5, he would have
yeah.
backed himself out.
Yeah, we should totally resolve that first, because it could very easily end up that way. I'm going to take tax for this.
Oh yeah. Your fort's not going to be in good shape.
No.
What is your fort?
There
Oh,
we are.
that's bad. So
All right.
he's
Yep, that is actually what happened. So
you actually just pass out after
yeah,
this?
This is what
well,
and
Yeah.
because I'm being like a forgetful ninny and not remembering this, I think like what happens is that as the owlbear charges me, I succumb to the strain, right?
Yeah.
My mind gives in, and I'm like, oh shit, and I just basically swoon and collapse in the mud.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was thinking. Is like the last thing you see is this bear charging you.
Oh God, I hope you wake up to us with a owlbear pelt and not everybody scattered around you dead.
Or you're dead too. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so that means I don't get that bonus from him, but I'm ready to roll, Eric, when you are.
Okay. Let me just once again figure out how the fuck to calculate this guy's attack. Okay, so this is a bloody versus test, and the way this is going to work between you and me is that we're going to divide our pool of dice into two different things. One's attack and one's defending. All right. So we're going to take what you were going to make for one roll, essentially, and you're going to divide it into two rolls. The only thing I don't know about bloody versus test is who goes first.
It doesn't really matter who goes first. You just
Wait, I've assembled a dice pool, but you're saying I need to roll twice?
You just
So
both roll and you compare results.
okay. So here's how it works. Both players divide their weapon skills plus forks and other advantages into two pools, one for attack and one for defense. Each player then rolls his attack pool, then his defense pool. Successes in the defense pool subtract from the opponent's attack successes. Extra successes in the attack pool do damage as described in the weapons chapter section.
Now the thing is, it's not attacking me, so I still divide it.
No, for
It's
purposes of this, it is attacking you.
Okay. But the result is it'll hit Mason. So
No.
let me see here. What's my total pool right now? I have
No,
a total pool
it's-
with
it's-
Artha of...
It's going for you right now.
Okay.
the way I imagine it is like if you fail this, because like you'll have attacked it, right? Then it will, you know what I mean? Like it since you're attacking it, you're getting in the way of Mason getting munched.
Yeah, it's going to change its thing as soon as you, regardless of
Okay. So the point is,
the outcome.
my total pool right now with Artha is 15, and I have to split that into two pools.
How is that? How is it 15?
Because I'm counting the advantage dice from them, and then I spent 3 Artha. So my base sword is 6. I got 2 advantage, and I forked 3 things, and you said that you didn't say no to them. So I presume.
What were the
yes.
3 things you were forking?
I was
Tactics?
forking riding, tactics, and what was the other one? Fuck.
I won't allow. I won't. Can you fork writing after you just link test for writing?
No.
I don't
No,
know.
Yeah.
I thought I linked test for the purpose of being able to fork.
No. You get an extra.
No, you got that advantage. Yeah.
Oh,
So like you're like
no.
leaping off your horse already.
In that case,
It's one and the
Yeah.
same. He wasn't counting the linked test die anyway, so
yeah. So
Down to
in that
14.
case, that was the other thing. And the other one I linked is hold on, let me scroll through the list here. Oh, I linked observation for going for the nape of the neck.
No.
Okay, well then in that case I've got 14 dice that I can split between the two.
that's a lot of persona you're throwing at this. I like it.
Yeah.
It's
So I
keeping
make
me
one
fun.
roll with one, and then I thought these are versus. So I'm confused already.
So this is imagine we're making two separate rolls now right now. So you have a pool of 14 dice, 13.
I've got a 14 dice pool.
You have 14 dice pool. You can divide that pool of 14 dice into whatever
Do attack
proportion.
and defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then defense will any success in a defense pool will negate a
Defense
damage.
defense ablates the other person's attack. Your attack tries to do damage against the other person. Okay.
All right. Well, so
Who
here's the
has
thing.
who has the longest weapon of the owlbear and Onan?
I think they're
This
about
can-
the same for
that
a
case-
sword versus claws.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
yeah. It's
So
fun.
no advantage for weapons to the rolling to attack. Who has the better armor of the owlbear and Onan?
Me.
Onan, you're wearing chainmail, right?
I'm wearing the second level of armor, which is better than leather.
Do you have
Light
a
mail?
shield?
Yeah, and
It's
And currently, I also have Troll Skin Potion activated. So
that's
So that's
why.
another 2 dots of armor.
Yeah,
So
so
you
I've got
take
like
two dice of armor for light mail, plus 1 extra die for a shield. So you're on 3 extra dice for your defense, plus your troll skin, whatever Eric says that gives you.
Right, which is 2.
I mean, that should probably be the equivalent of full plate.
Yeah,
And it would be up to 4 dice.
the Troll Skin Potion.
Troll skin is literally like it's like basically like stone skin if it was D&D, right? Like
Yeah.
literally like trolls are like earth things, so like it makes your skin as hard as stone.
The point is, it sounds like I'm going to roll 14 dice for attack because I have a sufficient number of defense already.
So your number for defense would be 5 total.
Yeah, immediately. And the thing
you have
I,
5 dice in the wall.
Sword plus the armor plus the troll skin, right? Yeah. So
what the fuck, dude? This thing only has 5 dice total. Like I don't. All right.
yeah,
Putting that persona forth,
yeah,
Let's
it's
see.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a owl
Just
bear.
want to make sure there's nothing I can really do.
I wonder if there's a monster.
It's got good
owl
traits,
bear.
but nope. All right, get fucked.
all right. Rolling.
I mean, this is what Onan is made to do, though, is kill people with the sword. So.
And we've
Right.
also had the entire group assist with this. So,
All right.
I don't typically have 14 dice.
Yeah, it's gonna do 4 in attack, 1 in defense. So we roll attacks
Attacks
first.
first. Okay.
Yeah, then defenses.
Don't forget you're open-ended.
Yep.
Whoa.
Cool.
Wow.
And then 5 dice for defense.
All right, fucking 3 1s. What the fuck?
Impressive.
Okay. I got 2 successes.
So it's the one-sided hit result.
Yep.
And I would like to roll one of my traders is what I can do for the sword with fate.
Yeah.
All right, that doesn't
help.
improve. So I do 7 damage.
No, 7 will change real quick. I'm gonna figure out what kind of wound that is for 7 over. I'm pretty sure it's a bad wound.
It will be.
Let's see. You are.
If it doesn't have any defense die successes, then it's going to be a severe wound.
So
Yeah.
that depends on like what does Onan's combat chapter thing say?
Yeah. What does your sword say?
I just have I don't have like an heirloom sword like yet. We don't have anything fancy with the sword, so it's just Anton's sword right now.
Run-of-the-mill sword.
Apply.
Cool.
Yeah. Apply wound. Result as a weapon rules. So.
Yeah.
A regular sword is power 3, I'm pretty sure.
So the creature had no successes on defending against you, so you hit with 1 success, and you have 6 leftover successes to spend on adding and upping.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure the dude's fucking dead.
His add is 2, so that's going to be a severe hit. And it's 3. Your power's 4, right?
My power is 5.
It's 5. Then it should be like a B11 wound, I believe. Something right there. Here, I'm going to mess with your sheet real quick so that I can do the math for me.
So
Right.
it
Let me see it. I think...
it ablates some of the damage, right? Because it has armor.
The armor in this case in the Bloody Versus test just goes for
It should have been rolled as dice
to its
for your
defense.
defense. So
Check.
you can
Okay,
roll
so it's a B12 wound. An owlbear might actually survive that.
Let me check the monster's creature real quick. It's probably a B12 wound is fucking gnarly.
A
I don't
B12
know.
wound is gnarly, but you remember that the character I made for that one shot, Big Yoni?
Yeah.
He has a B13 wound.
It might
No,
survive.
it's killed.
but
That's a
going to
mortal.
go down.
That's a mortal wound.
Oh,
It's a B11 mortal.
Very cool. Very
down
cool.
goes the owlbear. Down goes the
So
owlbear.
you just with 1 slice. Yeah.
I mean, if that's how we want to resolve it, or you could say it's like like a battle, but if you want it to just be like the jump and stab, that's probably more.
Well, yeah, no, it is just the jump, and like I literally like slice the back of its neck, and it falls down in a heap. And so Onan's gonna be pissed again.
Onan Jaeger.
Oh, and your sword glows brilliant gold as you're like doing this because it's blessed with the magic of Avatar.
Holy shit, dude.
So good.
Yeah.
So,
and it's like dark and raining. Oh my god, that's so badass.
Yeah, like you just fucking like Achilles this thing. Right?
I like land on the other side too. Like the owlbear corpse hits first, and the camera is such that like the owlbear falls in the background, and then you see me land in the foreground. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So good.
In the
advanced
mud.
Acrobatics while wearing armor and a shield.
And it just lands with a loud thud. Like it has like one like last cry as you kill it, and then it just lands with a thud. Dead on the ground as you like sever its spine.
Man,
I want there to be a very like quick cut to like Mason's point of view, where it's just like completely hazy, losing consciousness view of the owlbear falling into the mud, and like a couple of fingers extending towards the owlbear, and then Mason whispering, "I'm sorry," and then passing out.
Yeah. I think the bandits are like, holy shit. And so then like we see the like the blood like running off of the sword with the rain. Just like the pool of mud and blood is kind of just like there.
We just see the grip of the sword, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking like hand is like shaking with rage.
Yeah.
Like,
how much persona did you spend?
3, which is the maximum amount.
Oh man, how much persona do you have left?
I had 8, so now I have 5.
Damn.
Yeah, that was pretty rad.
I gotta mark that.
Fuck,
and
man.
I also don't have I also down to 11 or 10 fate, and I have to stop open-ending my sword, obviously. Or well, I guess technically that still exists for a little while longer, but I probably won't make a sword check in them. Anyway.
It's for the rest of the scene.
Okay. Break.
Well, actually, I want to ask you guys that. What else did you want to accomplish today? Because this might be like a good sort of like wrapping up point.
No, I do want to say some. I still want to do some interactions. I want to epilogue this a little bit. We won't go back to the fort.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like we should probably let's just keep playing.
Yeah, let's
and-
just
okay.
right.
So,
If we just have some like epilogue and then do everything.
Yeah, right.
I'm interested to know what Demetrius does. Father Demetrius, in the in the aftershock of this, like, what is your reaction immediately?
Oh shit. No, can I step in real quick? I have something for you.
Sure.
I think Elizabeth comes outside near kind of near this and looks to to Father Demetrius, and I think she puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Are you sure it's my brother's the chosen one?"
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to rob
I mean,
your
I'm
of your
sitting there in
thing.
the rain and the lightning.
Yeah,
with
fucking
my
anime
sword
as shit. Yeah.
glowing as Abadar and a beast of the wild, the pinnacle.
Right?
of the
That's what I'm saying.
wild,
Yeah. Like, you just fucking
laying at my feet.
easy. Yeah.
They called him One Punch Onan.
Yeah. He's literally One Punch Man. Oh my god, I never made that connection. He's literally one. You're One Punch Man.
I'm so frustrated that I beat everybody with a single attack.
Oh, that's good.
Consecutive, normal sword slashes.
Oh shit.
I think like I don't think Demetrius says anything, but like in his head, it's just like, oh, did I misread the signs? Like, what is? Maybe I. This is very
Oh
troubling.
god, that's so good. Oh.
Actually, that is a thing that I would be willing to end the episode on. Oh man, that is such a heavy line.
Yeah, that was a good episode ending line.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
we can
Well,
do more,
let's talk about it a little bit. All right, then let's like decompress a little bit.
I don't have anything else that I want.
Like,
like
Like, the only other thing that I kind of would want to do, but it wouldn't be as good of an ending, is to wake Mason back up and,
Well, yeah, I mean, like, that's... Sure, like, we wake him up, but that all kind of, like, will happen at the start of next session anyways, or, like, we, like, cut back to you guys returning to, Oleg's, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, we can let some time go by.
I mean, there are things that I want to do, but they don't need to be scenes. Like, I'm going to send a letter to... Like, as the bandits leave, I'm going to send a letter to my church to say that I have conquered a fort in the Greenbelt. Come make it a Church of Abadar. Or not Abadar, Gorham. Like, come bless it and make it a fortress of Gorham. Like, that's going to be something I do. I send a letter for that. Like, I'm going to wave Gorham. Like, I'm going to establish a Gorhamite banner on the wall of the fort. Like, as far as...
Quick question. Your dad's alive, right?
We don't know. We don't know if my dad's alive because he's in the one shot that we're going to do again. So he may or may not have survived the battle at...
He has to be here. We have to see your dad.
Oh, okay.
Little stand.
I think your dad's going to come here to bless this place.
I mean, it does sound like the end of this session. Like, it sounds like people have some stuff they want to do that don't have to be scenes, but could be like quick cut-togethers of like actions and tests intended.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, like we can kind of resolve a couple things real quick because exactly.
Okay.
Basically, like the tidying up of the remainder of the session because like that was like the big, we're in the denouement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think like I want to call like our whole group at Oleg's and like have like start like moving this as the main base of operation because it's so much bigger and connected.
Yeah, I bet you Oleg would like that.
Ideally, just like to comment, and I don't know how you guys feel about that, but Oleg's trade post has the benefit of being by a road.
I don't think Swan's going to move. Here's what I think. I think we're going to be in both places. I think I'm going to be down here in the fort and establishing it as a Gorhamite temple.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like just let that happen. So.
Okay, well then maybe we want to role play that because
we can. But I feel like that's a good part for next session because like we are graduating from the end of book 1 to the start of book 2.
I think we need to do like trait vote and stuff next session.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna do some stuff with bringing AP in up to speed, and then I think we're gonna spend some time doing a lot of trait voting and literally like MVP, all that kind of stuff. Like actually
maybe
coming
we
up.
should wait for these like smaller things until because it sounds like that whole episode might be kind of just like tying up loose ends. With the end of the arc, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you want to do that and that way?
I think that's good.
All right, then let's just do our Fate and Persona of today then. Yeah,
I will make one final test because if I don't, I'll forget it.
Resource
test. Yeah.
I will make a health test related to when I get back up from being passed out.
Yes.
Because if I don't, I'll forget. And why forget a perfectly valid health test that I could earn something for? So.
Let's also not forget that we got to make a resources world at the beginning of next session for lifestyle.
Yeah, but we have a fund.
Yeah, it is the start of the new month now, and so like we'll get that. Mason, I think you're exempt because you just started, but
I'm fine with either.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with being like dirt poor.
Okay. What are you gonna re-roll that 6?
I am not. I'm going to leave it there. But so.
What does a failed health roll do?
In this case, the consequence of failing this roll means that I get up after 4 hours, I regain consciousness, and after 16 hours, I'm topped off.
Yeah. Okay, so since it's a time skip, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So yeah, you just fucking passed out.
Cool.
Shit. All right, let's talk about Artha.
Whoa.
I'll go first because mine's boring.
Go for it.
I put no goals on any of my things, and only 2 of them did I play up. So I believe I get a fate for we have dramatically overestimated the bandit threat, the weakness of the sailor. I will suffer no further delay. Basically, they're like, don't go to the bandit fort, don't do all this. And I was like, nope, we're doing it. We're resolving this shit.
And you solved it in fucking 3 hours.
Yep. And then the only other thing that I think I played up was Thrain says that it is a great waste when a man mistakes a pawn for a knight. My time here has been a waste. And I was very emphatic about that.
Oh, yeah.
When it came up. So I believe I get 2 fate, and that's about it for this episode. Unless somebody wants to give me a motherfucking deed for killing an owlbear.
No. Fuck no. That's not worth an owl. That's not a deed point.
God damn it.
But, actually, I don't know if you or Niran should get embodiment. Because I think, like, today's session,
I enjoyed the role.
Niran, you get it for your test. I think you should get a persona, an extra one for that. That sorcery skill, that sorcery scene was so good.
Yeah, that was good.
It was well done. Yes, very well role played.
What
do I have to do to get a deed?
Dude,
in combat.
A lot.
Do some
combat.
in combat. Give up.
You have to do something that like is against your that like changes things in a way that isn't necessarily beneficial for you. So it'd be like besting your great enemy in combat and then letting them live instead.
You know what you should do to get a deed for your combat? You should set up the scene. You should like put all your pieces into play, and you should like finally try and usurp Count Swan. And you should like fight him dramatically on the steps to like this keep or something, like with lightning striking in the background. And finally you cast him down. He's like prone on the steps, and he's like, you knock the sword out of his hand and you hold your sword at his throat. And then you sheath your sword and you clasp his hand, you pull him up, and you're like, okay, and how are we going to rule this country?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, deeds are like, fuck. Yeah, exactly. Like this.
That's a deep point for sure.
They're character-defining moments, not just like personally. They're not things you necessarily want to highlight for like your character's resume. They are more about like defining moments, if that makes sense.
Fine, we're just building up to a deed then when I go crazy and kill everybody looking for a challenge. That's
that
fine.
would be a deed.
You kill the entire world, deep point.
Accomplishing something bigger than yourself,
kills everybody.
Circumventing yourself like for the greater good or some cause that is bigger than yourself, like that is Deed's territory.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's fine. Yeah, deeds are still confusing me too, Zonalar. I just thought they were epic things.
They're very confusing. I get the feeling that not even Luke Crane really knows how to explain when you give somebody a deed because he doesn't do it.
He doesn't. All he fucking says is you know it. Like you know it when it happens. It's like, oh, thanks, Luke.
What the rule amounts to is essentially like, I don't really know when to give a deed, but you know it when you see it.
Exactly.
Well, I would have given a deed to the Owlbear and Stag Lord things, but I'm not a Burning Wheels GM. So
that's Persona.
All right, fine. Yeah. Anyway,
like it's not it's not a trophy. You don't get it for doing what you were like expected, right?
I like that. It has to be something that kind of came out of nowhere, and it has to be bigger than your agenda. I've used this before, but I love that the Bilbo gives the Arkenstone to Gandalf is like the perfect.
Zonalar in chat asked, do deeds also work the other direction? Like if your character takes a turn to the darker, bleaker side? Yeah, so like totally.
So think on it, right? So if you're playing a good guy and you shift out and do something bad and evil, that is mold breaker. That is not deed. But if you, in doing so, in like, I'm going to go away from the path of freedom and goodness and righteousness and puppies and sweet dreams. I'm instead going to support the tyrannical dictatorship of this country, enslaving people and calling up devils to change humanity's souls forever. But I'm going to do so because that way we will at least have order.
Yeah, right? Like when Luke, like if Luke would have joined his father and ruled the galaxy together as a deed point, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, yeah, so like turning your back is totally cool. Yeah, like that would be a deed point.
All right. Well, I understand now. We can go to the next person. I get 2 fate for this episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe I get quite a bit here. So I didn't complete this belief, but I tried to stand out in the rain and do it. Only the strong wall shelters humanity from the storm. I've seen the face of the enemy in this land. I must learn its name.
We didn't learn the name. We
Fate.
still haven't learned that name.
I still haven't learned
still
that
don't know
name,
the
but I
name.
tried very hard, so can I have some fate?
Yeah, you definitely get some fate. Here's
You
spring
definitely
like-
tried.
I bless
Excellent.
you with some fate.
Then these next two, I think I got Persona 4. Defending the wall is defending civilization. I will ensure the bandits are no longer able to enforce their agenda.
Yep, totally.
And if Onan survived his trial, I will ensure he is successful treating with the bandits.
Actually,
Oh.
you personaed for that. Like,
Definitely.
I didn't even think we would fucking treaty with them, but it did happen. So we literally talked them down. I was hoping for a bloodbath.
And then instincts. I don't think any of them got me in trouble, but I do think that my faithful trait led the story in an interesting direction, because I don't think that Mason would have gone into the fort if I hadn't gone into the fort.
You know, never thought about that. That's yeah.
There was another trait that I thought. Oh no, that's interesting. I think that's
Damn.
one session. 2 fate, 2 persona. Boom.
Oh, yeah, it's super good.
All right, Mason.
So, my first belief, the question stands here, is this completed or is it not? And the way we resolve that question is to ask Wreckage, will Onan provide Mason with a roof over the head, food on her table, and their table and coin in their pocket for what happened today?
Yes, Onan will, because we shook hands and I said, depends on how useful you are. And you were useful. You soothed the owlbear. If that hadn't happened, you had up until that point been useless. And so you would have gotten nothing. But you were actually very impressive doing the owlbear. So Onan not only will support you, but he wants you in his corner.
Very cool. In that case, I will count my first belief as resolved. That should be a persona. Do you agree, Eric?
Yeah. No, sorry. Definitely.
Second belief, I didn't have a chance to really chase, so I don't think I can invoke anything for that. Third belief is about the Desna Shrine. I don't believe either. I didn't. I should have just brought it up, and that would have been an easy way of getting fate for it. But no, I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I baited you. I baited you with those butterflies, man.
You did. My impression was that it was only Demetrius who had seen them, but because I was sitting there being like, oh, I should totally.
Yeah, but you also, I know. Sorry, I sometimes when I'm so like busy in my thought processing, thinking of what's going to happen in this moment, I neglect to mention to be like, by the way, if you want to see this, like, you know, you could. It's okay for you to ask, like, oh, Eric, could Mason have seen those butterflies or whatever? I'm like, sorry, that's exactly what I was thinking when I was saying that. Would be like, oh, you know, I'm trying to. You could ask me then. I should have just have skipped that shit and just
I appreciate
said
that, but
in the moment.
You have a lot of stuff to run, right? I should also take some initiative in that.
Yeah.
Like insert myself and be like, Swallowtails, let me get on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll chase that in the coming sessions.
I know. I should have stated the obvious. And I don't know. Sometimes it's hard. You lose things when you're improvising. It's like a lot.
So I think I take Persona for first belief, nothing for the 2 remaining beliefs. I think I take Fate for my first instinct, which is always accept a worthy task, which I did. I got into trouble with an owlbear.
Fuck yeah.
Instinct 2, always lash out before backing down, kept me talking to the owlbear instead of turning on my heel and running away.
Exactly.
Which
with the in fact, yeah. I mean, I should have. I could have almost asked you for a steel test, but I thought that was so badass that I was gonna let it go.
Much obliged.
Yeah.
I think so. That's 2 fate. I think I take fate for arrogant, and I think I take fate for risk taker.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think
this guy knows how to play. This guy knows how to do bits. He's gonna get 15 things every episode.
I don't know. Well, I don't actually. You know, I got my immediate instinct is like, of course you should get fate for risk taker. But then I'm thinking like, well, that is not what's expected of risk taker. But then I'm also thinking, then why the fuck is risk taker a trait? Because you can never actually achieve it. So,
risk taker is not a trait. Risk taker is a character trait I wrote for myself. It's not from the book.
So here's my thought here, right? It's about he literally invoked his. I mean, if you're not going to give him to that under that scenario, like I'm not going in this castle except that I'm a risk taker. Like,
traits take the story in an unforeseen direction or the character's in trouble. And I mean, risk taker is almost too good of a trait then, because it's like always going to get you. If taking a risk get you in trouble, yeah, then you get fate for it.
Because if
right?
you take a risk and succeed, then it didn't get you in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Fair.
Like,
okay.
Like let's say Onan had risk taker. It was a risk to jump off of his horse and try to take out the owlbear like that. He succeeded, and therefore it helped him. It didn't hurt him.
Yeah. Okay. I see that. Fair enough. All right.
Cool. So I take a persona and 4 fate.
Whew. Crazy, guys.
That was a good session.
It was.
Yeah, that was a good session. Good work, everybody. Good hustle. Wow. I'm still kind of like decompressing a little bit from that. Whew.
Well, I'm One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right?
I'm going to finally cast Serious Punch in a fight, and then be immediately disappointed in the next fight.
Onan Saitama Solstand of House Solstand.
I mean, there are more parallels than even that. Like, fucking gets called Master, and he's like, no, just call me Saitama. And it's like, no, just call me Onan. How did you get so good? Well, I strength training.
Wow. Well, that was a really good session, everybody. So
I actually succeeded on my miracles for once.
You did. It was amazing.
Right?
What
Just
happened?
once.
There was fancy light effects on everything.
The problem was caused and partially solved by your miracles.
That is
Divine
exactly
intervention, the cause and solution to all your problems.
Yeah. I mean, that's perfect, right? You keep failing your miracles, just be
It's
like,
just like alcohol.
The miracle. Here's an awful situation for you to get tests on. Yay!
The way I see it is, if I don't roll to try to have a miracle at least twice a session, I shouldn't even have faith. Like, what's
and we've all decided that Sir Onan is literally the fantasy One Punch Man. It's true, man. You're fucking... I don't know how to provide a worthy adversary who can fucking
Eric, I'm gonna
level up 14 dice to you.
Eric, I'm gonna be completely frank. You need to be more willing for me to die if you're gonna challenge me. Like,
I'm going to
more willing to put something in front of me that will probably kill me if I'm going to be challenged.
Dude, if that thing hit you, it would kill you.
I'm going to turn that on its head instead and say, you don't have to challenge him at all. Just challenge his beliefs instead. Right? The game Burning Wheel explicitly does away with any sort of game balance, because it's like, no, it doesn't matter that you would need a challenge rating 11 Red Dragon to challenge you, because the game doesn't care.
Well, I know the game doesn't care. I care. My character cares about being challenged, so he's going to hungrily seek out. That's the arc right now, right?
Well, why don't you do that? You should do that then. You should be like, I'm gonna write a message to the fucking everybody and be like, I need to duel someone. I cannot do this, right? Like,
I'll bring in Big Yoni, and we can see if a character that I expressly built to be really, really dangerous and hard to kill in the fight mechanics works.
Yeah. But like, send word through the Stolen Lands, being like, send me someone to fight, yo.
No, I think we'll resolve it through the church. Like, so maybe what we do is I send a message to the Church of Gorham. You want my dad to show up. And then I have a scene with my dad. And then my dad's like, well, why don't you put out like a...
he wants to see how how his son's doing.
Right. So, well, then we have the,
and he's like the head of enlightened Gorhamism. So like, it makes sense for him to come over and sanctify this church. And it's an excuse to see his son.
Yeah. So,
sanctify him first.
You super will not. It's a fort, man. Fortresses are temples of Gorham, literally.
I feel like your dad's like Arlie Ermy.
Fortresses, much like any kind of temple, are piles of stone.
Exactly, but like literally, Gorham temples are fortresses. Fortresses.
They're bastions. They're fortified strongholds.
Civilization.
No, it isn't. It is literally uncivilized.
It is a pillar of civilization in in an uncivilized.
Let me put this to you in another way, Father Demetrius. If you try and bless this fortress, which I have claimed through Goramism, and is a Goramite temple already in all but ceremony,
In all the ways. That
I
count.
will kill
yeah.
you.
To give you an idea,
Well,
it would,
let's resolve that in character.
Well, I'm telling you, this is Onin. I'm in character
Like,
right now. If you try and bless,
okay. Think of
I
it this
will
way.
kill you.
I
So
don't
like,
think trying to kill me is a very good idea.
if the world was Paris, Abadar would be like the Cathedral of Notre Dame, and then like Gorham would be like the Bastille.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
And the Champs-Élysées.
Yeah, like it's. So, anyways, yeah, that's good.
This is probably gonna be. I mean, it would be hilarious if this temple wound up being like Abadar and Goramism combined, right? The cultivation of a wild land.
Fascism.
Yeah, basically, right. It's the temple of fascism. It's like using violence to promote civilization. That's actually what it is.
Look,
Yeah.
I think I am actually willing to do a duel of wits with just Father Demetrius
Sounds awesome.
over the sake of the temple. But if I lose, I'm killing you. So let's just put that out there.
I mean, I'm not that worried because, like, I have Sir Zidomir to protect me. So then you can fight Sir Zidomir, and
Yeah.
Well, then the sword that killed
All
his
right,
father.
this is just shit that's all gonna be for future sessions.
Yes.
Because we're getting to the point of the game where I am most excited about, which is really your guys setting up, beginning your kingdom, and the deals that you're gonna make with the political sphere of Bravoy. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. So, but before we get to that, we still got one more episode to kind of like wrap up loose ends of book 1 and trade votes and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. So that would do it for us today. Great session, everybody. Good work, everyone. And we'll be back next Sunday. So take care. Later.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.